So I just wanted to give you an idea of what I did to mount this to a John Deere 410R, which is the same boom, the 120-foot boom, as what's on the 4038 or 4030s as well. So pretty versatile, but I did end up extending this back bar with some tubing that I had so that I had 100% overlap there. So I used the 2-inch U-bolts that came with the system for this and extended it on both sides. Knew it was only going to temporary, so I held these in just with a tarp strap. When you get to the boom, ended up using some different bolts, different U-bolts. This is a 3-inch square bolt. In a lot of positions along here, I'd recommend 3-inch for use on this. This is a little bit bigger one because you had to go around a weldment on an angle as you go forward. So as you can see, I cleaned out the hardware store of what I had or what they had. When you get down here, so at this point in time, going around the front side of the boom, right here is where the cradles are that it rests in. At that point forward in the boom, or out on the boom, I ended up mounting it on the forward face to avoid the outer section fold, as well as to give me more visibility of the height of the boom. So simply took U-bolts, put 3 sections of wick or a sponge out there and mounted it. That gave me my height sense of height. Easier to see from the cab than what was mounted rearward, although I could still see it. I did put them all the way down on the PVC pipes so that as a plant came through, especially on the back section, it would hit the boom, bend over, and this would allow it to have more time or more surface area against the sponges, as opposed to if the sponges were up here, less of the plant would rub on it after it hit the structure of the boom. So with that, that's how I mounted it on a 120-foot John Deere boom, and we'll go from there. One additional modification that I made as we installed it, when I folded it around and put it in the cradles, I noticed that the sponges on the end that were in the back were about to hit the reflector up on the cradle where the light is. So that light that hangs down underneath the cradle, these sponges were going to hit. So what I did was, instead of putting them as close to the boom as possible there, I started staggering them back further and further away. So the sponges don't end up in a straight line as you look down them, but they do stay in line with where they need to be, just set back further from the boom to avoid obstacles. You have to do this on the other side of the machine where the filler cap is for fuel and DEF, as well as the other reflector in the back on the other side. So a little bit of adjustment as necessary, but it helped make clearance happen.